What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode on 10 Toes Behind Jesus podcast. My name is Britley, and in this episode, we are going to talk about how we get to those times in those moments where we're like, I used to be so spiritual. I used to be so on fire with God. I used to be so locked in. What happened? What happened? We sit back and we ask ourselves, what happened? And I can tell you what happened in one word, and it is called distractions. Point blank, period. That time when you were so locked in, you were so spiritual, just literally think back, think back, think back. What was going on when that happened? You didn't have no distractions. I guarantee you, you was consistent in reading your word. You was consistent in prayer. You was consistent in going to church. You were consistent in who you chose to spend your time with. You were surrounded by community. Things were just kind of quiet. It was just you and God, right? And now our job, we done got busy with our jobs. We done added a few extra curricular things. We done made more friends, going to different outings, things like that. We have just slowly added more things to our plate when we barely was managing what we had back then, if that makes sense. So I found myself kind of in the same position, probably the end of last year. I was like, man, I feel like I done fell off a little bit. Like, what happened? And God just began to remind me of when I was in the zone. Like, I'm talking about in the zone, this and that. I was listening to like 2 to 3 sermons a week. I had like my night routine set, listening to worship music or listening to the Bible. Every night before I go to bed, every morning I wake up, like my mom was just fixing on them. And it felt so good during that time. And so God just reminded me, like, go back to that. Like, go back to that. Like, God has blessed me with so much. God has blessed me with more opportunities. God has blessed me with more things. But as those blessings came, I didn't manage. I didn't manage them well. So God is kind of telling me, like, go back to the basics. Go back to that time. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what I've been doing this year. And I'm back in the zone, locked in. And once you get back there, don't let any distractions come. And sometimes distractions aren't necessarily bad. Like, there are good things that come that just require more out of you, but it's up to us to prioritize and manage and continue to keep God in his place at number one. And so as this thing comes, it's like, yes, I'm going to put some more time into it. I'm going to do this, but we still up here. Like, God, me and God, we still up here. So some other stuff going to have to get cut out. Like, not my time with God, that's not getting cut out. Something else is going to have to get cut out. And so I'm just thankful. And I'm feeling good. So I just wanted to come over here and talk to you all about that. Like, we just always, we get so far out. And the thing about it is you have to catch these things early. You have to catch these things early while you are kind of like, I'm starting to get a little bit away. I'm starting to, fall off a little bit. You have to catch that early, because what will happen is if you continually just let it keep going and keep going, you will get to a point where you're so far gone that it seems almost impossible to get back. It's not impossible to get back, but it seems like it is because you're so far gone. The same with eating healthy, the same with working out. You slack, you go from 1 cheat day to 3 cheat days. Now it's like, how in the world did I only do 1 cheat day? Like, I'm working on my 4th and 5th cheat day. And there was a time I used to only have 1. How in the world did I do that? Or with working out. It's like, what? I used to be able to run 2 laps. Now it's like I'm out of breath halfway on the first one. How did we get here? And it's just little by little. We just let things come in. We let ourselves get lazy. We let ourselves get slack. And we just get to a point where it's like, oh, it's so far gone. So this year, let's stay on the gas. Like, let's not just go by our feelings. I feel like we go by our feelings too much. I don't feel like it. I don't feel it. I don't feel God's presence. I don't feel God's spirit. And so it's like, why do I need to go to church? Why do I need to read my Bible if I don't feel it? Why? Why? You can't go by your feelings. You have to go by your faith, okay? I don't feel it, but I have faith that eventually I'm going to feel it again, right? I don't feel like this is working, but I have faith that eventually it's going to work again. And I really believe God honors your faith. Well, not even believe. Like, I know. I guess that's the same as believing. But I know God honors your faith because he says it in his word time and time again. So faith over feelings all 2026, okay? It don't matter how you feel. It don't matter. Do it anyway. Continue to go anyway. I know there's always, what is it? Religion over relationship or something, or religion over religion versus spiritual, things like that. And people kind of dogged out religion because they're like, you're just doing that out of routine. You're not really feeling it. You're not really that. I get that, but don't just only think you need to be going off of stuff by how you feel, or if you feel God's spirit, feel God's spirit, that when you know it's right. God told us to pray without ceasing, okay? Which means continue to pray. So don't let your feelings, I don't feel like praying and I only need to be led by the Spirit to pray. God's word said pray without ceasing. So you don't even need to go by, I need to be spirit led. Yes, you need to be spirit led in a lot of things, but praying, God said always do that. Always do that. So it's certain things that, we need to make sure we're not, I only need to, whenever the spirit leads me to do this, I need to do that. Some things we need to just already do, whether we feel like doing it or not, because eventually if we keep going, God is going to show us, yeah, all those times you didn't feel like it, I was still there, and I'm going to continue to be there, whether your feelings say so or not. So that's all for this episode. I feel like I just said a handful, but like, comment, subscribe. That helps a lot. We are on a different level this year in 2026, and I'm not doing it alone. You're not doing it alone. We have each other, okay? So don't forget to stay 10 toes behind Jesus, because he's 10 toes behind you. See y'all next time. Bye.